Yes, so on Wednesdays I do a meditation, I lead a meditation called that I call self-care, or you could call it self-compassion. And it's about being kind to ourselves. It's about giving ourselves, uh, just giving ourselves a little bit of rope, a bit of slack, rather than constantly um, getting upset with ourselves or feeling bad. And one of the things about that is that it relies very much, for us to be able to do that, we have to know how we feel. We have to be in touch with our body. So this morning's meditation is very useful for Wednesday's meditation. All these meditations, they all sort of connect together in ways that are quite profound the more you look into them. So I just wanted to say a little bit this morning about feelings and thoughts, because when we get either upset or excited, whatever kind of state we're in, there is a connection between our thoughts and our body. And our bodies produce feelings, and our thoughts produce stories. So we might get into a situation where we do something wrong, and we might think in our minds, oh, I'm useless, I'm completely useless. And in our bodies, we will get a kind of a painful sinking feeling. And both things happen, whatever our mood, even if it's sort of ultra excitement. If we're anxious, we will have an anxious thought, and we will get this feeling in our bellies of churning or heaviness or zuzzing, a sort of a zzz in our bellies. And what happens is that if we don't actually separate them, what happens is that our minds feed the feeling in our bodies, feed the unpleasant feeling in our bodies. And the unpleasant feeling in our bodies feeds the mind. So we get into this vicious circle of upset or ultra excitement, where we're just on this wheel going round and round and round. So what we have to try and do in order to settle ourselves, in order not to be so upset, to get out of these difficult states of mind, is we need to separate the thought and the feeling. If we really want to be compassionate to ourselves, we need to come into contact very fully with our physical sensations and feelings, our painful feelings. And if we do that, if we can come into contact with them, rather than ignoring them or suppressing them or distracting ourselves, if we can really come into contact with the negative feelings in our body and be kind to them and snuggle up to them and give them love, then what happens is that we begin to get out of this vicious circle. Our minds begin to settle a little bit, and our bodies also. But the key is body awareness. We need to turn towards painful physical feelings. And I'm not talking about, headaches. Well, I am talking about headaches actually, but I'm talking about turning towards the feelings, whatever they are. Even if the physical feelings, we also have a mental addition to them. So even if we've got a headache, we will have some resistance to that headache. So looking at the headache and being with it in a kind way actually helps us not to be resistant to the headache. It's our resistance to pain, it's our resistance to unpleasant situations that create suffering for us. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that this isn't just a nice pleasant trip through the body, though that's what it is. It's also a training to really get to know our body intimately. to get to know the feelings in our body intimately, and to be able to relate to them in a very kind and compassionate way. So good morning, Isabel, who's just joined us, and Shobit. Good morning, Shobit. So we're going to start the meditation now. And however you are, whether you're lying or sitting or on a cushion, the first thing we need to do when we arrive in our meditation is just to relax. Just to let go of everything I've said for a start. Let go of thinking as much as you can. Let go of any tenseness in the body if you can do that. And if you can't, just having a sense of love towards it. So just relaxing mind, relaxing body. And coming into a real engagement with the present moment, just being absolutely here right now with how things are for you. Doesn't matter what was happening 5 or 10 minutes ago, all that's gone. The future hasn't arrived yet. We're just here in this precious moment of being, ever evolving. So just noticing how you are in this moment. How are you feeling? Mentally, emotionally, and physically. You could say emotion is made up of both mental thoughts, mental state of mind, and the resultant physical feeling in the body. So just noticing both, noticing each separately. What's the state of your mind this morning? Might be pleasant, it might be unpleasant, and it might be neutral. So just having a kindness to our minds. Our poor minds, they never stop. They're always watching out and worrying, getting excited, commenting, all sorts of things. Must be very tiring being a mind. Just having a sense of compassion towards our busy minds. They can't help it. It's what they do. And having the same compassion towards our bodies, towards all the things that are going on in our bodies. Maybe a tightness, a tenseness, just maybe a sense of not quite being relaxed. Or maybe our bodies feel good. So just being aware of the whole of our bodies. From the top of our heads to the soles of our feet. Our bodies are so hard-working, aren't they? We depend on them for our lives. They work so hard for us. And they're maybe not perfect, but they work hard for us all the time. Just noticing the breath coming and going. And the out-breath, on each out-breath we have an opportunity to relax. The out-breath is a relaxing breath. The body automatically relaxes on each out-breath. So if we can just let it do that, just let the body just relax, just let go on each out-breath. And we're going to start our journey through the body. We're going to start today at the feet, at the soles of the feet. You notice, well, what can you notice in the soles of the feet? If you really tune in a relaxed way, you might feel some tingling. There might be feelings you can't describe. You notice the aliveness of the soles of the feet. Maybe warmth. Maybe a slight dampness. If you can't notice these things, that's okay. Just staying open to the possibility. You might notice that these sensations are a little bit stronger maybe on the in-breath. Just noticing what you can. And we're going to move round the toes. Maybe wiggle your toes. See what you can feel there. And moving to the top of the foot. What can you feel here? You might be able to feel your socks if you've got dressed. Or if you haven't, maybe the air brushing the skin. Tingling again. And the ankle, what can you feel in the ankle? Not an easy place to sense feelings in the body, unless we hurt the ankle and then it's all too apparent. Just feeling into this bony structure. Can you sense that there's something there? Not trying too hard with any of this. Just opening up to the possibilities. And moving up to the shin bone. Again, bony bit, not so easy, but you might feel the hair on the skin or the brush of clothing on the skin. I think the important thing is not to think that you're not ever going to feel anything. Not to give up. Just stay open, staying open to whatever may arise. Even if you can have various sensations and know them, there may be others that you are more subtle. So staying open, constantly being open, opening the awareness to the body. And the knee, another bony bit, that's 3 in a row. Again, all these bony bits have got lots of feeling if we hurt them. So what can you feel in your knee when it's not hurting? And moving up to the top of the upper leg on the front, the quadriceps, big muscles, big powerful muscles. If you're sitting, these will be stretched slightly. Can you feel an aliveness in the quadriceps? And moving up to the belly. What's happening in the belly? Might be ordinary biological sensations, or there could be feelings. So if you've got some feelings going on, either pleasant feelings or unpleasant, just notice if there's any thoughts connected with them. And the same in the abdomen. There can be both physical feelings, tummy pains or indigestion kind of thing, biological pain, or there can be feelings. And I guess the abdomen can feel good as well. Such a richness of sensations in the front of the body. Moving up now to the chest. What's going on here? Is the chest nice and relaxed? Open? Or is it a bit tense? If the chest is feeling tense, then there's probably some thoughts associated with that. Probably some anxious or angry thoughts. So if that's the case, just bringing kindness to the sensations in the chest, snuggling up to them. Just noticing the breath coming and going. And just relaxing on each out breath. So we're moving up to the shoulders now. And sometimes get tightness, tenseness in the shoulders, causing them to ache. If that's the case, just bringing kindness to them, to this pain, not trying to push it away, just really feeling it with a sense of real compassion and kindness, allowing it to soften. And the same with the lower neck. Moving up the back of the head now. What can you feel as you move up the back of the head, right to the crown of the head? Can you feel a tightness of the skin stretched over the skull? You might feel other things as well, or you might feel nothing, and that's okay. Just staying open, always open to what might appear. And we move down to the forehead. So we often have a frown on our faces, don't we? In this world, our faces are never very often fully relaxed, except when we're asleep. So just letting your forehead relax, letting any crease drop out. And the same with your face, just letting the facial muscles sag. We don't have to hold ourselves in any way. Just completely relaxing the face. Allowing the eyes to be soft behind the eyelids. The jaw to drop open slightly. And the tongue to rest comfortably in the mouth. Moving back to our shoulders, just noting how they are. And we're going to move down the arms now. The upper arms, what can you feel there? You might just have a sense of presence of the upper arms, tingling. And the same with the lower arms. And the inside of your wrist, the inside of, just choose one wrist and home in, focus on the inside of one of your wrists. without trying too hard, just relaxing. Can you feel your pulse? You may or may not, but it is possible. Pulse beating away in the wrist. And moving down to the hands. What can you feel in the hands? Tingling, lots of energy, lots of aliveness maybe. And warmth, dampness. What else? You feel the energy in your fingertips. Moving back up to the shoulders. And now we're going to go down the back of the body. So just moving down our backs. And our backs are covered in muscle that keeps us upright, which sometimes causes achiness and tension. We get tension in them. So just relaxing as much as you can in the back and having a sense of kindness to any tightness that you might find. Just breathing into any discomfort. Moving into the hip area. Lots of bone here, so not easy to feel a lot. Maybe just get a sense of the hips. And the sitting bones just under the bum, supporting us when we sit or lie. And feel the boniness of them maybe. And then all the padding around them, which is our bottom. All of these things making contact with the chair or the cushion. And if you're lying down, the whole of the back of the body making contact. What does that feel like? And can you notice where these sensations in the body end? This contact with whatever you're sitting and lying on. Where do these sensations end? Do they end? Is there some point where your body ends and the chair begins? Can you find that place? Or can you just feel the body, the sensations in the body, telling you that there is something there? Very interesting. And moving down the back of the legs, the big muscles at the top, the hamstrings. Can you feel your way into them? and the back of the lower leg, the calf muscles. You might feel into the muscle and get some kind of a sensation there, or just the clothing or the air on the skin, the contact with the bed or the floor if you're lying down. And round to the heel of the foot. You feel anything in your heels? And we're back to the sole of the foot, sole of the feet. Tuning in again to whatever sensations you can find. There's lots of energy, lots of aliveness, warmth in the feet. Or your feet might be cold. So now we're going to bring our awareness to the whole of the body. Just bringing an awareness to the whole of the feelings in our experience, the whole of our experience of the body. Just allowing, not trying too hard, just allowing ourselves to feel whatever we can feel. Just relaxing, tuning in to the whole of our experience. The whole of the body. Not trying too hard or thinking about it, just allowing it to arise. The feelings are always there. So we're going to end the meditation now, very gently. When I ring the bell, just gently coming round, opening your eyes, moving the body. So it's so important to be in our bodies like that and to notice the sensations and feelings that we have. Otherwise we miss the joyous stuff as well as the unpleasant stuff. And we miss our lives. To be in our bodies, to be conscious of our bodies is real. We're here all the time. We're here in the present moment, experiencing our lives. And if we can be kind to the unpleasant sensations in our bodies, then if we can be compassionate to them, then we will be happier. It's an amazing thing. We chase happiness, we try and push away all the unpleasant things in our lives and chase the pleasant things. But that doesn't lead to happiness. Actually, what leads to happiness is being kind to ourselves, being kind to the unpleasant feelings and experiences that we have, and rejoicing and enjoying the pleasant and pleasurable experiences. If we're doing that, we're actually here in our lives. We're not somewhere in our minds looking ahead or being pulled back. We're actually experiencing the joy and the richness of our lives in the present moment, which is just a wonderful thing. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning to Rita, who I didn't say hello to before. I hope you found that enjoyable and useful. And tomorrow morning, it won't be me, it will be Kate will be here doing the mindfulness of breathing. And then I'll be back on Wednesday with a self-compassion meditation, a self-care meditation, for us to look after ourselves, to be kind to ourselves, and to love ourselves if we can. So that's Wednesday, but hope you'll join Kate tomorrow morning. In the meantime, have a great day. The sun's just come out here in York, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe, and lots of love to you all. See you again soon.